S1212. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Rob from WBHQ.com. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type the number 1 in the chat box, let me know that you can. There is nothing worse than me talking to myself for the next hour or so. And if you all don't respond, it will be a lot shorter than that. Oh, good morning, good afternoon. All right. How are we doing, Jim? John, afternoon. Kevin, afternoon, sir. Brenda, thank you for that, dear. Hey, Jeff, morning. Brenda crushing it on the Qs again. There we go. I love it. Absolutely love it. Fantastic. Well, I hope y'all having a good day. Hope it has been a good trading day up to this point for you. It's another day in the neighborhood, huh? I mean, it's just the markets are looking good. So let's see. All right, Brenda, excellent. Thank you for that very much. Keep in mind as we go through here today, everything we do is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice and or recommendations. All right, so what do we got going on this week? Got Monster Market Movers coming up on Wednesday night. Man, I went through candidate selection today. I finalized it. Woo! There are some smoking hot candidates for this upcoming Monster Market Mover, so I'm excited. November 3rd is the next Patterns in a Flash. Our next Trading You is coming up on November 10th, and Inner Circle is coming up on the 11th. All right? Actually, yeah. And then we got Mastermind Group tomorrow night, and then Power Hour, of course, you're here. All right, but Trading Coaches Playbook is coming up on Friday. Make sure you get there. Pop, covered calls, E-mini, all on the regular schedule for this week, so we appreciate that. Here's our followers page. Guys, if you are following us on some or all of the platforms, thank you so much. If you're not, please go ahead and do. All right? Make sure that you keep in tune with everything we do. Right now, we're doing a live YouTube show every morning. For now, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. We may make an adjustment to that, but it's 9 o'clock in the morning every day right now, Monday through Friday. So that's 5 YouTubes a week. We do a Power Hour and we do a Coach's Playbook. That's 7 live YouTubes alone a week, on top of the 7 or 8 other videos that we put out, 10 to 15 videos a week on YouTube, not to mention everything else that we do. So definitely make sure that you check it out and come follow along with us in some of the different platforms, all right? Monster Market Movers, guys, this Wednesday night, your first one, the first opportunity for you is $49 for your very first one, right? You will not be disappointed with this training. There's 6.5+ hours of training inside of there. Not only the live training, but some prerequisites, which you have access to an entire month of those materials. So definitely come check it out and come hang out with us. You will not be disappointed. We've got a special surprise for Halloween, right? Let's see here. Let me know how your trading is going so far today. Everybody drop it in. Amy just dropped a link in for Monster Market Movers. John said, did the Wheel of Fortune on... I'll come back to that. Perfect. Hey, Sarah. All right, good. Oh, all right. So let's see what you did. So drop your trades in as I get ready to go through the trades that we've got here from Wealth Builders for you today, okay? So actually, let me back up a second. Let's do a little bit of patting on the back, all right? We did our very first YouTube show last week. Went well. Very pleased with it. Tesla came out with an announcement. I think it was the earnings came out. We talked about the gap. We talked about gap fill. I shared the gap statistics on Tesla. And had you been in that training and we looked at a half gap fill, and then if you have the gap statistics, you will know how we trade some of these. You were able to get not only a half gap fill, not only a 0.618 gap fill, not only a 100% gap fill, but almost a 200% gap fill, almost on that day. So it was a great trade. It was fast. It was quick. It was nice. It could have made your whole darn year, just that one trade alone. So before we look into our candidates here. All right. So make sure you get to that show, to that training we do every morning. So the trades I'm going to share with you right now, they come from Amelia. Amelia is our head trader, okay? She goes out every single day in her training that she does, which is Trade Watch Alerts, and she finds candidates as potential setups. She tells you the type of trade. She gives you all the details behind what you need to know, right? Following standard option rules and everything else. Nothing crazy about it. She does 3 or 4 basic type of trade setups in there. And these are the what I'm going to share with you now came from today. So this on SPY. She bought the 456 put at 209. Now she's buying 13 contracts. That's her number of what she buys there. 13 contracts. She bought them at 9:32 this morning. It's in green. This is from TOS, for those of you that are not familiar with it. She bought them at 9:32 this morning, and she bought them at 209. Well, Rob, that's $209 for one contract. What if I can't do 13 contracts? Can I still do the trade? You can do one. It meant $209 per contract is what you would have needed, unless you know how to go around the system, and then you could use a lot less. Okay, but there are ways you don't need any of the cash to do it with these trades. Okay, or with any trade. Some of the stuff we've talked about in Inner Circle, and you can do one. So she did 13 contracts at 209 at 9:38 this morning. 9:38. So that is 6 minutes later. 6 minutes later, she sold them at 271. Let's call it 269 to make it easy math, right? 09, 19, 29, 39, 49, 59, 69, 62 cents. 62 cents on this position. 29% rate of return in 6 minutes. How do you guys like that rate of return? I don't know about you, but you're talking about if it was 70 cents, again, round number, right? 70 cents, one contract, you made $70. 10 contracts, you made $700. 13 contracts, you made $921. I like it. For some of you, you could have taken the day off. Just with that alone, paid the day's pay. I didn't need to go to work today. I call in slick. You know what calling in slick is, right? Hey, boss. Oh, I'm so sick. I can't come in. Oh, no. Take it easy. Stay home. Rest up. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, okay. All right. Hey, man, let's go to the beach. Come on. I'm off. All right. That's calling in slick. All right. What a great trade setup. 3 candles. Boom, boom, boom. Really quick. In and out. Done. Right. Very nice. Good job, Amelia. Right. Excellent. Let's see what you guys did. SPY trades, all profitable, up over $750. Great job, Jim. Let's see. Not a lot of activity in here today. Brenda's crushed it, of course, on the Qs, as always. All right, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and talk about Trump's social disruption. Right? He came out with his own social platform, right? And I watched Trump Jr. on an interview talk about, DWAC. Yep. Appreciate that, Will. I watched his son talk about why and, what social networks are doing, and it's not right, and you should not be blocked they shouldn't be able to block a president, yet alone any leader, or, selective blocking is what it comes down to. And then now, to the tune that Facebook apparently, and I think Facebook and all of them are going to get very heavily regulated because they're going to be concerned about this Trump network coming out. Now, there's some things you need to understand. Right now, they're not building any infrastructure. They're going to work, or a lot of infrastructure. They're going to work off of the back end of some other platforms. So there's some give and take there. What if I don't like what's going on and we fight? I lose access to that network. It's like using somebody else's cell phone towers, right? You always got an issue to contend with in there. You're good for your contract, but after that, could there be problems, right? So you've got some of that out there. The other side of it is, will the government step in and try to regulate, block, shut it down, whatever, right? Say that, well, he has too much money, he's too wealthy, controls too many other businesses, now social networking is really bad. Right. And that's why I think, they're talking more now, Facebook, of the January 6th attack in Washington, D.C. They're talking about Facebook needs to be held more accountable. So there's going to be more regulations. They're going to change some things in there and blah, blah, blah. If they do it across the board, censorship, China does things like this. You know that, right? This is China 101, right? Socialism 101, bring us to that level. And I'm not saying what happened in January was right or wrong. I'm not supporting, defending, denying, or any of that stuff, right? But understand both sides are lying no matter how you slice it on both ends of the spectrum. This new social network comes out, and it was in pre-market. They were talking about 20 cents in pre-market. It opened up at about $12, right? And let me go grab TradeStation. Make it full screen. Actually, let's do the whole chart. Right? So you can see where it opened. Right about 12 and a half bucks, 12.60, 50, somewhere around that. Right there. Shot up that day to $15, $16. Right? I was actually on the phone with Tony Benson that night after the first day saying, yeah, I spaced, totally missed it. You know, got busy with other stuff today, forgot all about it. And the next day, what happened? The stock gaps up this ridiculous amount, right? Just crazy time. What happened in there, right? We gap up, we take off, and we give a lot of it back all over again. Today, what happens? We gap up, we give it all back, right? Well, I chose to talk about this today. Yeah, so Jeff said DWAC's implied volatility is nuts, 280% on. Yeah, I know, Jeff. It's crazy. Does Trump have more money than? Maybe, Robert. Let's see. Exactly, Will. Well, all right. So I'm getting into that, guys. So there's a reason that we did this today, right? We called it Trump social disruption, right? There's a reason that we saved this for today. What happened today with this stock, with Trump social? What took place? Da, 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 da. It is optionable. Rob, how'd you know it was going to be optionable today? I got a guy at the NASDAQ who told me to keep your eye open on Monday. So here we are. Boom, chakalaka-laka, right? Look at this, guys. Great point brought up. I heard more than one student typed in, but there's no open interest. See, because it became optionable today, right? Or trading options today. Look at volume. We've got some volume. 2,000 here, 3,000 here, 3,300 here, 4,000 here, right? Here's the bad part. It's monthly optionable. It's not weekly. So that's one. Number two, Jeff brought up implied volatility, right? They got a historical of infinity 651. I'm not really sure what they're talking about there, right? Beta weighting against the SPY, of course. Let's see. But here, if we take an at-the-money option, 102, let's go to the 100s. This is 25 days away is when this option expires, 25 days. The bid ask is $1 on the at-the-money option. All right, it's slightly in the money, but it's we'll call it at the money. It's $1. It's not crazy. I was just looking at it a little bit before we started. It was 70 cents, 80 cents. A little further out was 60, 70 cents, somewhere around there. I'm not as worried about the dollar. What I am worried about is the option, the 100, is 25.80 by 26.50. It's 25% of the price to get a 25-day option. Talk about jacking it up. Now, if you want to sell options and pull premium in, that's fine. If we could do a spread on this, I mean, goodness gracious, could we go out and do a, it's weird. They got a 35 and a 50. Let's see. Let's go to all. Nope, didn't change it. They got a 35 and a 50. Wow. So let's say we go to vertical. We got a 50-55. I could do the 50-55 put spread and take in $1.65. If the market maker will negotiate, it's $1.65. If I go on the call side, we don't have anything really high. We don't have let's see. We got nothing here, 45.50, 40.45. Wow. No, can't be. Something's off. One of the numbers must be crazy on the 40-45. Let me look at that. There you go. You got nothing on the 45s. That's why. So it'd have to be 35-40. That's why the premium is so big. The 45 is all zeros. Like, yes, if I can take $15 in and have $5 of risk, we're going to cut the show short now, and I'm going to go put my funded account in there and just pump everything I can into that puppy. If I can make $15 and risk 5, and the 15, by the way, would be a guarantee. That's why, though, because one was a 0. So you're not going to get filled. So let's go back to vertical. I can get $1.05 for the 35-40s. Not a lot of upside there. I don't know if we're going to get a run back to that 150, 180 level again. Yeah, appreciate that, Robert, on the 145.50s. Thank you. Yeah, Robert said, I'm already looking at the spreads. Yeah, usually the mark means approximate. Yeah, Robert, thank you. Let's see. Financial Preparedness Network said they have censored conservatives more than anyone, but acting like they haven't. They're gaslighting to censor even more. Guys, if you talk to somebody of faith, okay, we are in a very trying time right now. If you talk to somebody that knows anything about government, politics, economics, socialism, capitalism, we are in a very trying time right now, right? What takes place now could be astronomical. I get this new bill that we're talking about of tax the assets of the 65 wealthiest people in the U.S. and tax them every year on their unrealized capital gains. I get that. Are we going to cut them a check when the asset goes down and give it back to them? If that's the case, but that may sound wonderful. Oh yeah, they've got the money, they can afford it. I don't doubt it. They absolutely can. Sure they can. But here's the thing. Okay? Social Security started out as a tax on the ultra wealthy. Now everybody pays it. So don't buy into this garbage of no, it's never going to come down. Y'all are paying the tax now. It's $1.50 a gallon more for gas than it was. Right? I mean, come on now. Something's off. I paid $1.69 before the election. I paid $1.69 1 week at Costco. $1.69 a gallon. Today by us, $3.49. $3.49. Local gas stations. There are cheaper ones. Costco was $2.79, $2.89, somewhere around there. Whatever it is, folks, you're paying it now. You don't realize it, but you're paying it now, right? Things aren't going to get better because of it. So Financial Preparedness Network, I'm with you, brother. Sure am. Let's see. Want to live forever, be a tax. There you go, Alan. I like that. You want to live forever, just become a tax. Right? All right. Beautiful. So here's the thing. Outside of spreads, be careful on this, guys. All right. There's a lot of craziness in the price of the stock. Right? And if you notice, and you've got to look left, what's happened in the past. We gap up, we pull back. We gap up, we pull back. This may be the end of the gaps as we see them, right? I mean, this gap, if we just lay flat today and we kind of hang out where we were yesterday, this may be the end of the gap on DWAC. May. Let's go ahead and kind of scroll backwards a little bit. All right, so here we are, 1021, 1022, right? Just caution in this trade setup. Even the spreads, you've got to ask yourself, okay, I can get $50 away on the puts, but I can only get $30 away at 35, whatever it was, on the calls. So there's some fudging on where the market maker sees it going, right? Now, you could go further out. I'm just not a fan of further out. I would actually rather be shorter. I was disappointed that there weren't weeklies out on this yet, right? But to go out, even here, 45.50s, I've got nothing. Look at this number, 140, 145. Again, this is going to be a fudged number, right? That's not real. One of those numbers is going to be a 0. right? I can only get $35 on the call side, but I can get, $50 on the put side, $45, $50 on the put side. So there's definitely hedging going on one side to the other. Let's change that back to single just so I don't mess it up. All right. Yeah, zeros. See? 2040 by 22. Wow, big bid-ask spread. There you go, Brenda. I am with you, girl. Yeah, Jonathan said, too many other symbols to trade. I'm leaving this one alone for now. Right? There you go. Nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah. Listen, Trump is a businessman. He's not a politician. Is he the smoothest talker? No, he never will be. Does he stick his foot in his mouth over and over and over again? Right? Was disruption his middle name? Without a doubt. Was he the best president? I'm not saying he was the best president. I'm not saying he was the worst. Okay? Some of the things that it's, how it works, right? Everybody complains that the other guy is the worst, right? Oh my God, I can't believe he did this, right? What they say the other day, that we've got the lowest vaccination rate since we've all kinds of craziness happening, right? You can come up with a statistic to blame anybody for anything, right? Bottom line is, how do you, the average trader who's here with us, how do we take advantage on what the market is doing, what the government is doing, and capitalize on it? Let me ask you, 1 for yes, 2 for no. How many of you think there are strategies already out there for the wealthy to not pay more in tax? Give me a 1 for yes, a 2 for no. I'm waiting for my first 2. Now someone will throw it in just because, right? There you go. I love that, Will. What a great comment. Will said, talk to Dale Zamzo. Right? Dale's one of the coaches here. Part-time, I guess, is probably the best way to put it for him. Dale is very active with his family and not really spending a lot of time with it, but he just came back, did 2 trainings on, how to, protect your asset. Right? It's asset protection on autopilot is what the class was called. And Dale does know of some strategies. Now, I'm talking, though, Will, and for everybody, I'm talking about folks like Bill Gates, Tesla, Elon Musk, Bezos, some of these crazy, nutty, wealthy that fall into that category, right? Are there strategies out there? Yes. Are there strategies for ones that are making less than that? Sure. I saw something in a local advertisement here that if you're making $1 million a year, there's an attorney that is already here online that's already structuring their clients to not pay 1 penny of increase in tax. See, it all sounds good right here on paper, and that's all it is. Someone's going to pay it. And you know who's going to pay it? The grocery store down the block from you. The local construction company. They're going to pay it. Right? We're going to pay it. All businesses are the ones that are going to eat it. And I get it. Should business pay their fair share? Yes. Are there some loopholes that we can close up? Probably. But if businesses pay higher taxes, one of 2 things will happen. They'll go out of business, which means they have to let the employees go. Or they have to raise their prices, which means you pay more. We pay more, right? So, there you go. Oofa. Okay. Let's see. I don't know, Sarah, if Dale is related to them or not. Yeah, Buffett, Brenda, there you go. Alan said tax lawyers at $1,000 an hour are a bargain. Oh, yeah. Forget it. Listen, my attorney signs his name on a document, hands it to his assistant, and he's done, and I pay $650 for that. But what he does is he puts his name on the document and says that he's the president, secretary, treasurer, and board of director of my corporation, and then he immediately signs another paper that says he resigns. They file the first paper with the state. They never file the second paper. That gets sent to me because they're not required to file the second paper, which means my name doesn't show up on my entity. All right. There are plenty of things that wealthy people know what to do. Is my tax attorney worth every penny of it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody can buy tax-free bonds, but who wants 2% yield? Exactly, Barry. What are you going to do with it? Cost of inflation, what is it, 3.5% this year? Crazy. Let's see. Let me back up a little bit here. Let's see. So Financial Prepper Network said, I'm paying attention to Zoom on that possible gap up at above $300. What are your thoughts on that? Give me a few minutes on that, and I'll ask you to put that in again on Zoom. We'll pull those all in at once. Can your tax attorney run off with your money in your accounts? No, not mine. My tax attorney doesn't have access to my account. When an attorney tells you the only way this really works is you put the account in my name, run, Forrest, run. Don't do it. Don't do it. My accountant, my attorney has never asked me to turn any asset over to them. They do. I have a signed resignation letter from my attorney that if he decided he wasn't going to resign as the president, I will resign him by signing it and putting a date in it. So nothing to worry about there. Nothing to worry about. That's all. No way, no how, no why, no how. He can't do anything. Right now, are there states that are more of an issue with some of that? Yeah, this entity I'm talking about, that state is phenomenal. I found loopholes in every commission plan I participated in. Drove sales managers crazy. Yeah, Jim, Wyoming is good. Nevada is a better state in my opinion. I'm incorporated in both. I have entities in both. I actually have entities in 3 states that have no state tax. Those are 2 of them. Florida's another one. New York, I have an entity, but I got to pay tax. What are you going to do? Right? It's just where we choose to live. It's where my wife chooses for us to live because I would move in a heartbeat. Definitely to a tax-free state, without a doubt. Right? Yeah, Wyoming is good for trust, Alan. Absolutely. Oh, sure. Yep. I do a bunch of stuff out of the different states. Excellent. So let's go take a quick look at the market and see what the heck is going on. Right? That is not the market. That is one fraction of what's happening there. S&P 500. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? It's a daily chart. Oh, all-time highs. Another day of all-time highs, right? I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. Listen, the pullback we got, let me go to Omega charts. The pullback that we got here on the S&P, that came down here, that was about a 5 or a 6% pullback. That was it. I wanted 10. We got 5 or 6. That's what we're going to get right now. Will we get some more ups and downs? Yep. But I do believe, here, you get a pull back to that 0 line. I do believe that you will find every major player out there is buying that dip if we can make it all the way back to that 0 line. Heck, they're buying dips that are 10 and 20 points down on the S&P right now. You get that pullback. Oh, buy. Oh, buy. It's not even necessary to get the big drops. But this was somewhere between 5 and 6% drop from the all-time high. And it's what we got, right? We wanted more, but we'll deal with what we have. So you've got to play the market at hand, right? What are you doing today? Well, look what we are. We're bumping our head on the negative 272. We're going up above it, down below it. We're just hanging out over there right now. We're hitting these all-time highs, and the market's just stepping back and going, okay, position 1 in the chair, right? What's going on? Let me take a moment and think about it, right? Meditate. Just think about what's happening out there in the marketplace and try to come up with a strategy. Am I excited about trying to trade something today? If we get above the 272, pull back and bounce, yeah, then there's still an opportunity for the afternoon session. Of course, here we are at lunchtime, market lunchtime, and no, I'm not interested in doing anything right now. I want to see a better pattern, a better structure before I do. Oh, you know what? Oh, Sean, we didn't have this on streaming. Thank you. Good catch. I'm looking at it saying, wait, what are you talking about? It's not accurate. There we go. Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. All right. Excuse me. Let's bring it. So here, I'm going to write down because there's no way I'll remember this digit. 45, 47, 48. Wow, that's an interesting number. 45, 47, 48. Let's go to the S&P 500. This is the daily chart. Let's go to 5 a minute. Glad I could help. Thanks, Jim. No, very much appreciate it. Thank you. Drawing, and I want to trend. No, I don't want to trend. Horizontal line. Okay, I want that at 45. Doesn't matter. Put it there. Color, let's make it black. 45, 47, 48. All right, so what happened? We opened up, we pulled back. We broke above. Did we retest? We retested here. We retested here, right? Great opportunities. And look at the retest here with the 8 moving average. All right, boom. Nice little bounce, and we've rocked from there, okay? So plenty of opportunity. Yeah, Sarah, our tweets are loaded up in advance. I didn't know we were sending them out at the time of Power Hour, but yes, they are loaded in advance. But I appreciate you looking into them. All right, so let's come back here. So if you can get that retest and bounce, there you go, right? Have there been some stocks today that are killer? Yeah, there are. All right, let's see. Let's sort. I think we're off here. Yep. Not over to the right. Okay. Tesla, $84. They just surpassed Facebook as the 5th most valuable U.S. stock market company out there today, right? What's going on with Tesla? I was on the impression it was $1 billion. It's over $4 billion Hertz just ordered of new Teslas. On top of that, Hertz raised their price. Tesla raised their prices. That was the first news that came out on it this morning. I saw the Hertz news after the market opened, right? So Tesla's up more than the Dow and the S&P. Okay, good. PayPal is up $9.83. Why PayPal? I love this PayPal trade. I love the Pins trade, right? Pinterest. I love both of them. Why? PayPal announced that they were going to buy Pinterest, merge, buy, whatever it was. I looked at it and I called it last week and said, this doesn't belong, right? Round peg, square hole, right? It doesn't fit. Doesn't belong. Square peg, whatever it is. They don't belong. It's not a core product for them. What are they trying to do? Just enter the social world? I don't get it. And then PayPal backed out today. Now, I don't see that as PayPal coming back now and going, oh, no, we changed our mind again. We're going to buy them now. I don't see that, at least not in the next couple of days and week or so. So to me, short-term trades, credit spreads, selling puts, directional trades, I'm okay with directional trades if you can get some momentum going behind you. Pins is going down. PayPal is going up. PayPal is up about $10 right now. So if we go and grab PayPal, actually, let's look here. All right, so we actually pulled back. So we got the gap up, we pulled back. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the bounce off of that zero line, which is 251.59. If we get the bounce off of there, there's another potential opportunity. If you look at pins, there was the announcement that they're being bought. And then here was what's happened after the fact. Right? Oh, boy. Not good at all, right? And let me ask you, does anybody find it interesting where pins opened today? What happened? Here, let me do this. I'm going to take that down. Does anybody find one for yes, two for no? Well, one for yes. If you find it interesting, give me a 1, right? And then why do you find it interesting? What's happened? Why do you look at this and say, yes, I could see that being an important level? Why? So you got the gap. Try not to give it away. Support. Good, Roman. 130.136 line. Look left. All right? Look left. But that 0.136, what is it? It is a fibit. And for most of you, your chart, if you're using, oops, that's not where I want to be. If you're using my fibs, all right, stop. Okay, hitting the wrong button. If you're using my fibs, that 136 isn't in there. That 136 isn't in there. Why? Because that's a Rob line. That's a methodology, an analysis that I've done on the market to determine where we put those extra lines. If you don't know about this, that's what the chart looked like. Now, you had some short-term support over there. So, yes, we've got support there. But why is there support? It's important to get the context behind why support lies there. If we go back and just do an undo, it'll put that line back in play. What happened now? That line is a fibit where we split the two Fibonacci levels in half for a purpose, for a reason. We didn't do it just, well, I don't have a line there, so let's keep splitting until we get one. That's not what we do. There's a reason as to why and how you split. We did that split and we gapped down to it, and now it gave us a confluence. It's at fibit, and we have a look left, which is a support level that we bounced off of, right? Am I ready to buy this to the upside? Heck no, I'm not. Is it overreaction? Yeah, but I don't know if it's going to bounce today. Do I see it getting back above that zero line? Maybe a little bit. Maybe. Just all depends how much news was baked into this prior. How much belief was there that there was someone on the hook to buy them. And if that bubble has been burst, that may be the end of it. So Amos said, we've been there recently and the negative 136 confluence. There you go, Amos. Perfect. I would take it bearish from a retest of the zero line. Yeah, I would love that, because what does the zero line also give us? If we go back to that zero line, Amos is saying he'll take the failure, the retest, he'll trade it bearish. What else is at that zero line? The 21. That green line, the 21 moving average. It is a resistance? Absolutely, Karen. Not a breakout, Brenda. Amos is talking about the failure, the retest of it. Let's see if I can get my mouse back over here somewhere. So Amos wrote, I would take it bearish from a retest of the zero line. Move up to zero, retest it, and fail. And that's what he is looking for right there. And I agree 1,000,000%. Amos said EMA's 21 and 8 are coming together also. Good catch, Amos. Absolutely. So even though we're moving up, because of the massive moves we took to the downside in the last couple of days, we're going to see the 8 continue to drop for the next day or two. It will get closer to the zero line, which is that blue line. It'll get closer to the green moving average, which is the 21. So we may have a 0, an 8, and a 21 all within the range. It's a zone. It's not a point, but all within a zone we can look at it and say, yes, we can define that as a very high quality support resistance area, whatever it is. We can define it as a high quality area. I'm in. I'm going to take advantage of it. All right. So absolutely. Question came in of, does the DMI crossover mean anything? So with as wicked of a move as we had, the answer is no. It skews everything. Yeah, let's do this. Let's go to a 5-minute candle. Today, here, this is PayPal. Look at the moving averages right now. We got the gap. Look what happened. The 8, the pink line was below the green. And now what? Whoosh, just crushing blow up to the upside. Look how long it took until the moving average, the 8 anyway, at least had any validity left to it, 1020, right? Until we got back where, well, maybe a little bit earlier, maybe right about here, right? But it took all this time for us to settle back in on that price move. Any indicator, DMI, MACD, it doesn't matter. RSI, if you get a massive move, you're going to see an adjustment in that indicator, which may take some time to readjust, or readjust the wrong word, to come back in line where it belongs, where it's actually usable again. So I would just pass on the DMI plus or minus for now. Isn't earnings too close? Who was that asked that? Will. So where are the earnings? Well, let me see. Yeah, I mean, I would want to check them, right? We always confirm. It shows 1026. Will said he's seeing it as 11.4 somewhere else. So if it's 11.4, no, not at all. Is it too close? If it really comes down to here, if I go and look at pins, which is was it pin? No, it was PayPal, wasn't it? What did we just have up? It was PayPal. No, it was Pinterest. It was Pinterest. If I go look at this, we got 4 days left in this week's options. Okay. When I look at my option, and let's say I wanted to buy a put, I think it's going down. I want to buy a put. So we're going to come over here, and we're going to find that delta of 65 to 85. So here's my 65 delta. Right now, it's trading at 221 by 236. The theoretical value is 209. Is it overvalued? A little bit. Am I worried about it? Is there a large bid-ask spread? None of those two things concern me here, so I'll trade it regardless that earnings are coming out over the next couple of days. If I see the bid-ask spread has widened, or the volatility kicked up, meaning you may have a high implied volatility on it, you may wind up with the bigger bid-ask spreads inside of there, right? If I see some of that taking place, then yeah, I'm going to have to step back and go, ooh, okay. But let's say that I do find that it's overvalued. What if the option, I'm thinking here on pins, we're going to continue down. If Amos is right, we're going to move up to the 0 and we roll over. Let's say that happens tomorrow, just for kicks and giggles. Moves up to the 0 tomorrow. We get a rollover. At that point, I come look at the option. The option is trading at $5. Pick a number. It should be trading at 209 where my mouse is, theoretical. Wait a second. I am not taking this trade because I'm going to get ripped off. So what do I do? How do I trade this if I don't take the trade? What do I do? Come on now. Talk to me. Put it in the text chat. Some of you talking it out loud, I can't hear you. You got to put it in the text chat. Okay. Ooh, Milton, interesting. Okay. So I got a couple of different answers here. Spreads, which was my first thought, right, is spreads. If you're sitting there going, oh, I don't do spreads, I don't like spreads, I didn't think of a spread, right? Then Milton was the first one to type it in. What do? Next. What did Brenda say? Sit back, put your hands on your head and watch. Position number 1 of the chair. We got a video. We'll put a link down below. Let's put that in there, Sean. We'll put a link down below to the 3 positions of the chair. Go check it out. Oh, I didn't put it out yet. Sorry. It's not published. It will be.
It's up, but it's not public.
It's not public yet. We'll get it in there for you. But if you don't know what to do nothing. Sit back and do nothing if you're not sure. And then Alan put in a bear call spread, which is exactly what I would be looking for. Bear call spread is a selling position if I can get the premium for it. If I can't, I'm okay directional. But again, with as short a time as we have till earnings, You got to make sure that you're out of that trade before the earnings announcement comes out. Just an FYI. All right, cool. So give me some symbols you want to take a look at. Man, I feel like I'm yelling today. Stressing out my throat. Take a wild guess who put in QQQ. Telling you, she's got it loaded, baby. She just sits there like this 45 minutes waiting for me to say it. Gee. All right, got a couple in there, not a whole lot. All right. Get into the queues, baby. 3 times a week, the options expire on them, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. How can you beat that? Cost is so minimal. All right. So overall picture, fib is good. We came down and bounced yesterday, or Friday, off of that 372.16 level. The 8 was close enough. We didn't quite get down there today, but there were some pivots that we did near earlier today. And we did get a nice little bounce. So I'm looking at that 372 to 379 area, Brenda, support and resistance in there. But we need to test that 378.84 level. We've got to get up in that range. We just seem to be having a problem getting there right now. But we've got to make it up to that level. All right? Whoop. Let me pull it back. So I hope that helped, Brenda. Cisco. CSCO is the one trader will ask for, not SYCO. All right, so we violated the negative 618, so we need a place to consider redrawing. Nothing I have on here that's saying. No. There's nothing great. Well, you know what? What we do have is here. Now it's too tight. It's too tight. We've got a place to draw. It's just not clean. So we can come from here. No, we've already given it back. No, we're okay. Let's come from here. Certainly not excited about the fib at all. All right, now with that fib in place, we're still on the bearish side. We're down below the 8 moving average, right? I'd love to see us close below the 5508, retest it and fail, because we are in a true bear on our bias on our moving averages, right? So, Will, if we can get this puppy to roll over, we'll look at the next fib line at that 764, which is 5386 as our next target. Not big by any stretch, but that's where I see it going to next. Karen's asking for, I hope that helps, Will. IWM, as in Mary. I just did a whole lot of analysis on these guys. I actually, at the computer at home, I drew this into a big channel on IWM. I backed the fibs up, drew it into a nice big channel on it. All right. So, but when we look at where we're at right now from a fib standpoint, it looks like that 231.95 is our resistance level. Not our all-time high, but we're getting up there. We're pretty close at this point. So I'd be cautious, Karen, until we break that level. Amos said, Amazon day trade for today at 940 candle. All right, let's go look. So we got Amazon. Let's see, 940 candle. Oh, we need more time. So wait, 940. Okay, so we're looking at 33.31. Let's go see where the fibs are, Amos. Oh, 33.40.84. Yeah, I don't have it drawn here, but I've got it drawn at home. $33.40.84. All right. So what Amos is asking about is, what about this today? Should we have taken that day trade off of there? Couple of things. I want to get that candle off the screen. Come on. Okay. So look where the moving average is. On this previous candle, that's that 9:35 candle, that green one all the way to the right. That's the 9:30 to 9:35 a.m. candle today. What we're looking at there is that moving average closed right about where we had the fib line. We were at, let's see. All right, let me just do it from here. 33.39.28. 33.39.28. And our fib line was 33.40.84. 33.40.84. So we're talking about 28 cents and 16 cents, 38.44. 44 cents off was the moving average and our fib line. Confluence was perfect. It's like they were the same line. You couldn't even tell the difference. That's how perfect it is. So now the question is, how did it react around that level? So one of the methods, Amos, is what? We go back to the 4-pack and we look at the 1 minute. $33.40.84. Let me do it this way. I'm going to just scroll backwards. Look at the failure right here. On this candle, we closed below. This candle, we pushed up and then we dropped. You could have taken it either here, or you got a retest with the wick and a fail, and that was your entry right there, Amos. If you looked at it below the 33.39.28, $33.39.28. Which is that bottom line. We closed below, we retested and failed, and there at the 937 candle, which means between 936 and 937 is where the entry came in. All right, Amos, did that help? Thanks, that was great. Okay, did you take the trade? Roman, did you take the trade today? Amos said he did. Paper trade, but that's okay. It's a great move. Patty said I missed that. Okay. Was this helpful, Patty, to go through it? Roman, hey, you got to pay the price if you want to sleep in, right? I had a boss one time that we were at a company meeting down in Texas, and we were out wacky late at a club during this company meeting. And we're getting ready for bed, and the one of the bosses, she was not with us, came over and said, if you want to hang out with the owls, you've got to be able to soar with the eagles. In other words, she said, you need to get your tail up tomorrow morning in time and be in the front of that room to present. It was my opportunity to talk at this manufacturing meeting. Like, oh, so if you want to sleep in, right? That's what you pay. Good, Patty. I'm glad it was helpful. All right. So let's see. All right. So financial preparedness is asking for a Zoom. Go back and get my chart. Come on, baby. All right, so there's my fibs. No other details, but just assume. Okay. So we're in a very precarious position. We're in a neutral bias right now. I am not excited about it. Could you day trade it between the 8 moving average, which is 274, and the 288.53? You could. I don't normally do that, but you could. I would prefer the break to the downside, right? Financial preparedness, which means the 8 would cross back down below 21, and now we would be in that bearish position. And could this very well turn the other way and go up from here? It could, but I have nothing yet that says you should take the trade. See, this is where speculation comes in. Are you okay jumping in on speculation? That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing, right? As long as you know the risk going in the trade. I can't do it. To me, this is walking into Atlantic City and throwing $1 in a slot machine. It's like, nope, work too hard for the dollar. Absolutely not. Right? Can't do it. That's me on this trade. I don't do much of the speculative part. Yeah. Tim said Brenda's programmed a function key like F1 to F12 to have the QQQ in it. So when she hits it, it just shows QQQ. Nice job. Robert said he got filled on the DWAC spread. His break even is where the stock is trading now. June-November call spread. Okay. Nice, Robert. June-November call. Excellent. I want to keep track of that and see how it does. Let's see. Jonathan's asking for SE. I really would like to see us get back. What is this? C limited. Okay. I'd like to see us get back above that 359, call it 360 level before I did anything. Nothing to the downside yet for me. Moving averages, too many roadblocks in the way. Let's see. Mike will do MRO. Marathon. So I'm a big fan of anything gas and energy related right now, Mike. So just retests off of the 8. Nice move up. Every retest on the 8 has been an entry point. So that's what I'd be looking for on MRO. John's asking for Adobe. Roman, how'd the Adobe trade work out for you today? Nice move. All right, so we're out of exit number 1 on our zero line breakout trade with Rob. Nice. So if you're not in already, John, bounce off the 644.5, looking at 657 3/4 as resistance. You can see I've got a green line there, 666.5. Barry said I have trades many iron condors on the IWM last 6 months. Oh yeah, I'm crushing it on RUT without a doubt. You got it, Amos. Glad it was helpful. For which rule, Will? What did I miss on the redraw? So Jonathan said, so are you a breakout trader at 359 and SC or a dip? I'm not the breakout guy. I needed to break out, retest, and bounce. That's me personally. That was on Zoom. Okay. So what was I looking for, Will? You got to explain it because I don't. You know how long ago that was? That must have been like 5 or 6 minutes from now ago. You talking about redraw? Oh, wait. Are you talking about what we taught in Charting Your Way to Success? Yes. Okay. Yeah, it should be redrawn. Well, we just don't have a great place to redraw from. This would have been a nice one or nicer, but now we're at here. The gap. See, we got this move here. I would come off of that high to that low. Still puts us down 275.56 is what we're looking for down below. Paula said, where is the 33.39.28 coming from on Amazon? That was yesterday's closing price of the 8 moving average, Paula. One of the things that we do in power option plays is we incorporate those numbers, always yesterday's closing price. You can look at it and say, but that's not what today's is. Yeah, and you'll keep chasing today all day long if the market's open. Your moving average will do this all day long. I've got a fixed point, which is now a resistance point on a day chart that we work off of. So that's where that came from. All right, ladies and gentlemen, was it helpful? Did you get some good stuff from it? Did you learn from it? Did you pick a couple of little tidbits up, maybe a couple of candidates up, maybe this Trump stock, right, as looking at a potential spread on it, something of that nature? Excellent, excellent, good. With that, ladies and gentlemen, make it a profitable day. Stay focused, hyper-focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it, and remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, everyone, and I will see you at our next update. Bye for now.